Let me pull up this tweet here. Elon Musk tweeted, "What should Twitter do next?" Originally, good name, says, "Bring back Alex Jones." Elon Musk says, "No." The Hodge twins tweeted, "Should Elon bring back Alex Jones?" Of 140,000 votes, 57.7 say yes, 42.3 say no. And then we have this tweet from Viva Fry, who makes the perfect point. "Alex Jones is the litmus test, Elon Musk, not just on the issue of freedom of speech, but on the issue of not bending the knee to political and judicial intimidation. If this is a hard no, your Twitter will never be any more trustworthy than Parag or Jack's Twitter." And Elon responded, "Too bad." There you go.
What a prick. Seriously, if you're going to do something like this, violate free speech for an individual that is controversial while allowing other controversial voices to be on there. If you're allowing Kathy Griffin to be on there, but not Alex Jones, at least explain yourself.
And what did Alex Jones do?
Well,
he yelled at Oliver Darcy.
Yeah,
he was in one of the congressional
and confronted
buildings.
Jack Dorsey.
Well, he confronted, his banning was over Oliver Darcy. He put up a video where he was calling him a rat face or something. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, right? I can't stand this stuff. There's a lot of people who just laugh and say, no, they deserve it, and Alex was right. And it's like, I don't care. You're allowed to like that. Fine. It's free speech and all that. But I don't like it. And I certainly don't think he should have been banned for doing it. If you're in public and someone's mad at you and they confront you, there was no security threat or anything like that. It was just Alex yelling at the guy. They banned him for it. Kathy Griffin held up an image of a severed head, and she didn't even get banned for that. She got like a slap on the wrist. She got banned because she mocked Elon Musk, parroting his account without putting parody, trying to, I guess, make a point or whatever. He reinstates her. But holding up a severed head of the president, that was never in question.
Yeah, she also evaded the ban and then went on her dead mother's platform in order to still raise her voice against Elon Musk. So again, something's happening here. You're going to allow her to have a voice, but not Alex Jones. Explain your reasoning. Don't be a prick. Don't just say, too bad. What's going on here? Is there internal pressure? Are there people inside of the company that are saying, no, don't do this? Are there corporations? Are there government agencies? Are there any other institutions that are pressuring you to do this? At least explain yourself if you're going to be making this kind of statement. And Alex Jones, of course, responded, making his own video regarding this specific news. And he says, hey, guys, don't blame Elon Musk here. Alex Jones is trying to be the bigger person here, addressing this larger saga here. But at the end of the day, we at least deserve an explanation because we were promised free speech. This is not free speech. This is a person deciding what he wants with his own whims that shouldn't be acceptable to anyone.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alex Jones doesn't have a choice but to be the bigger person, right? If he goes on a tirade and is mad at Elon, he's like, your family's not even that cool.
He could be like Kathy Griffin and go nuclear and go crazy.
But it's okay if she does it.
Exactly.
She's a really funny comedian. You don't understand.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
It's the same thing with now the 230 ruling, though, right? Of that, maybe you could make the argument that Elon is worried that, Alex comes back and because he's being sued for $3 trillion now, which is, I believe it is
it 3 trillion? Is
it's $3 trillion, which is just a little bit under twice.
Is it really $3 trillion?
Yes, just a little under twice the annual DOD cost.
I think it's 3 times the GDP of France.
Something like that. It's an absurd. I just looked up today that it's twice the DOD's annual budget. So yeah, $3 trillion is on the table.
They're trying to fund the war in Ukraine.
Obviously,
the money's got to come from somewhere.
But so maybe you could make the argument that before this decision comes down about Section 230 is that maybe Elon is worried that, well, if they're going after Alex Jones for the GDP of France, that then they'll come after him in some way. But if Section 230 is no longer going to apply to make it so that you can sue the platform for what someone on it says, then it doesn't make any sense.
People are bringing up that Alex Jones issued a statement saying Elon shouldn't bring him back. He's the most controversial person, and Elon's going up against everybody, and so he's got to do what he can. And I don't care. Alex, I understand what you're saying, and I get it. But either Elon is going to... There's a couple ways he could play this. He could just not respond. He could say nothing. He is choosing to come out and outright say, you know that free speech thing I tweeted about an hour ago? Screw that. I don't really care. So that's what pisses me off. I totally get that Elon's like, dude, there's only so much I can do. Totally get it. I respect it. He just bought this massive platform. It needs to survive. It needs money to operate. He doesn't want it to die. He doesn't want to lose money on that. And he wants to actually bring free speech back. I get it. You bring back Alex Jones, they go nuclear against you, and then the whole thing implodes.
He brought back Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is back on the platform.
Yeah.
So how are we picking and choosing here?
Yes,
What's the scale here?
Well, the scale is, Alex points out, he's the most controversial person in the world. That being said, Elon did not have to come out and insult Alex's fans like that. Mm-hmm. He could have just ignored it.
Yeah, he didn't have to respond to anyone tweeting on Alex's behalf, too. I mean, he is looking for this fight, but to me, I just don't understand why. Like, what purpose is this serving for the...
Virtue signaling.
I guess, but to
he's
who?
the advertisers. So he can be like, look, see, I said I wouldn't bring him back. Because when he said he hadn't made a decision on Trump, or when he said he wasn't going to bring back Jones, a bunch of leftists were like, at least I saw high profile leftists, journalists saying at least some sanity and things like that.
He's getting positive feedback from that, which is the first positive feedback he's gotten on any of this. However, it is a slippery slope, and it's the same way they've fallen before, which is first it's Alex Jones, and then who else is then not acceptable.
But that's not true. He's getting attacked by the corporate media insanely. Every day there's hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. This is not being met with like, okay, this is great. This is being ignored, and they're still trying to attack him any way that they possibly can. So why are you trying to placate these people?
Right.
Or is he like trying to go over to the FBI or BlackRock or China being like, look at me, I'm a totalitarian. I'm a prick too. I can do what you guys do. Is that what you're doing? Because what else are we left to speculate here? Because otherwise, there's no other rational conclusion than him, as you, Tim, mentioned, specifically showing off to the powers that be, saying, I could play ball, I could play game, just tell me what to do and I'll follow those orders. And that's not a platform that I believe in. That's not a platform that I want to be on.
I want to read this super chat from Old Stick Key Taint. He says, voting for Trump's unbanning is a smart move. Force the advertisers to justify why they want to, pull advertisements when the majority of their target audience wants him on. Actually, yeah, that's a really great point. What Elon needs to say to the advertisers is, you are being attacked by activists who are lying to you and costing you money. Once we get rid of those bots, you will be able to actually target your audience who like people like Jones or Trump. That's probably the move he's making in that regard.
They'd have to publish or at least actually conduct some real internal research that they could show to their shareholders on that and the people they're selling advertising space to.
There's no shareholders.
Or not shareholders, sorry. Selling marketing space.
Well, I think I think they do have technically stockholders or
right,
because he does have people who are holding privately.
But the people that they're selling advertisements to, then they would want to be able to tell them that, look, that your advertisements are being shown to real people, and that those people, when they're given polls, because you can take these exit polls on Twitter, so they send you an email and you say, would you like to take this poll about your experience with Twitter? You get Twitter Blue for a month for free or something like that, so you can try it out if you finish our survey. There's all kinds of ways to incentivize people to give you data that you could use, and then take that and say here to the advertisers, people say that they want Trump to this certain degree, and actually have something to sell to them and say it's not all bots anymore.
I tried advertising on Twitter. Because they're giving the double verification to everybody. So I tweeted, hey, Elon, how much do I got to spend to get the official tag? Mm-hmm. And I don't expect him to actually respond to me. But so I decided to take out an ad on our Trump going Super Saiyan shirt, which is available in the chat pinned. It's the Super MAGA shirt. And so I was going to put a big campaign behind it, $25K, to see if it's legit. And because, again, I do want to see Twitter succeed. I'm not just throwing money at Elon. It's advertising a product we sell that we make money on, that I bet if I spend this money, we're going to make more money back. They rejected it. They said a cartoon image of Donald Trump going Super Saiyan was political. Why? Now I'm deeply offended. I just wanted to sell a t-shirt of Donald Trump with Goku hair. I can't even do that, apparently.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, that was it. No, I was just agreeing. How do they determine what's political? Because I've only used the promotion feature once on YouTube, and it was, or not YouTube, on Twitter, and it was to promote a YouTube video that was not largely political, but there were politics involved in the video.
Yep.
So how do they determine what's political?
It's Trump.
Yeah.
They didn't want a cartoon of Trump that makes him look good. They don't want to take the money for that or something.
Well, my video was an hour long, and it was political at some points, but they, I guess, didn't want to watch an hour-long video to figure that part out.
The image isn't even pro or anti-Trump. It's just meant to be silly. It's Trump with, spiky blonde hair.
Now, there's a couple things to consider, especially with this poll with Elon Musk asking if Donald Trump should be reinstated or not, because On October 3rd, Mashable has this article that I think is worth revisiting right now that's titled, "In Elon Musk's words, it seems Twitter bots are always to blame." Now, there hasn't been any kind of reckoning with the bots. There hasn't been any kind of discovery. There haven't been any kind of major bombshells surrounding the bots on big tech social media platforms, especially Twitter. But Elon Musk was complaining about the bots after he did a poll on his own Twitter account, specifically on October 3rd, asking if there should be a Ukrainian-Russian peace deal. After their response, he specifically said, "This is the biggest bot attack I've ever seen." So why, after not dealing with the bots, are we deciding if the former president of the United States, who's running to be president in 2024, will be able to have any kind of speech? Also, if you remember, he also tweeted earlier today that he believes in the policy of freedom of speech. No, he doesn't, but he says he does, but he doesn't believe in the freedom of reach. And he says negative content is going to be deboosted, demonetized. What's negative content? Who's going to be determining what's negative, what's positive? Again, everything here is arbitrary. There's no baselines. There's no rules. He's following along and doing horrible things like not allowing free speech on the platform, which he promised, which everyone now feels backstabbed about.
And that's that idiom that you see people on the left use so commonly of, oh, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. So it's basically coming down to the same kind of thing.
I feel like at this point, everyone should just tweet at Elon Musk, like, give us a timeline on the bot situation. Like, didn't Ann Coulter have like a countdown every day that Donald Trump didn't like do something about the wall? Like, where is our like the bots are gone countdown? Because to both of your points, Elon Musk is putting out polls and then saying they're being hacked by bots. So you already told us it was a problem. And also, how are you supposed to give accurate data to any advertisers if they're always if you can say at any time, oh, well, the bots got to this. I mean, you would think that ideally, if he is working in true capitalism and he wants to make as much money as possible, he would be hounding his staff to deal with the bots. Or are the bots a problem that can't be solved? That's why I asked earlier, like, do you think he made a mistake buying Twitter? Like, is this platform, and I'm not a tech person, but is it so corrupted the bots are something that can't be removed at this point? You can't purge them fast enough. At this point, would it be better to abandon ship and move on to something else, even though you can't bring the people with you?
A complete user verification would do something maybe to help with the bot problem.
But he's not doing that.
But he's not going to do, and also I think that you're going to lose a lot of people will leave the platform if you require someone to, although you need to have a phone number.
You don't need to force everyone. It's if you want verification, you got to use a real picture, a real name. So we have verified you. I thought when he was talking about a verification, he was going to verify everyone the same way we have to be verified. Either a brand account that confirms they are the corporation, and it's really hard to do. I don't know if Twitter does it this way, but you have to like send them a photo of your articles of incorporation with like your ID showing that you are the officer because they're verifying you. For everyone else, you can use different photos and stuff, but typically you have to be the person you're verified to be. Milo Yiannopoulos lost his verification because he included in his bio BuzzFeed journalist or something like that. They said, you're impersonating, verification removed. So Elon comes in and he's like, you can have a badge you wanted so bad for $8. And then he just verifies everyone. And then when that implodes, he's like, I'll just give a second verification to big brands. And that's what my point was. Okay, what constitutes worthiness for getting verified twice?
I know, it's confusing. And it's weird being on the platform, seeing double verification. Only the corporate media, which again, Elon knows. Elon knows the corporate media runs scams. If we're going to be fighting disinformation, if we're going to be getting rid of controversial figures that spread disinformation, CNN needs to be gone from the platform immediately. MSNBC needs to be gone from the platform immediately, and they're not. So if we're going to not allow Alex Jones for allegedly being misinformation, he got some things wrong. Obviously, we could criticize everyone. I've criticized him before, but at the end of the day, you take his record and you take it to the corporate media. He has told far more truths than, of course, the corporate media that's routinely lying to the American people and running larger psyopses against them.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.